I'm Dr. Michelle Deering, and welcome to Tea Time Timeout for Moms. It's here, nice day outside, rather brisk. At least here in North Carolina, it is chilly this morning, it was in the 40s. But this again is a time for you and me and any other moms who either are at home because they have to be at home, or at home because they have no other option uh, but to work from home, or if you've actually been working at home for your family for all this time, this is a time for you to actually have time for yourself, and for us to gather in support of each other as we uh, adjust to a new normal. You know, I wanted to put the question out there to you today. Um, just jot in the comment section, what is it that you're waiting for? And the follow-up question to that is, what does it mean to wait? I'm kind of just wondering, what does it mean to wait? Because it got me thinking about, geez, when was the last time I waited for something? You know, we as moms, we become moms because we've waited. We had our children, uh, they were in our womb for anywhere from 8 to 9 months, and then we gave birth. So during that time of pregnancy, we're actually waiting for the baby to arrive. Um, but I kind of wanted to find out if there's anything else that you're waiting for. Um, One of the things I was reflecting on is that, you know, the last time I actually waited, gosh, I think there's this movie, Waiting to Exhale, that came out a long time ago. I'm really dating myself. I never saw the movie, I just heard about the movie. But my understanding is that the movie is about women who uh, gathered regularly to um, talk about their love lives. Um, and they were looking to be in a relationship of some sort, and different women took different paths towards that. Um, I'm not waiting to exhale or anything like that, but when I was in college, you know, there was a period of time after college, I didn't know exactly what path my life was going to go down or what path I wanted it to go down. And so that was a period of waiting for me, uh, where I was waiting to figure out life. And at the same time, realized that life still had to go on. Um, so I was trying to figure it out, kind of like how we're waiting now. Back then, and again, I'm dating myself, the internet did not exist. And so I found myself working a corporate job in the human resources department, and I was a trainer and organizing programs at a Fortune 500 company, and uh, started seeing where my life was going. And I wasn't too thrilled with it. Have you ever found yourself in a season of life where you just, nothing's really floating your boat, not really knowing exactly where you're going? And I remember thinking to myself, is this how I want my existence to be? And something came back to me that a career counselor had told me at Brown. And she said, you know, you can create the kind of life and career you want. And I had never heard that before. And so that piece of a voice came back to me. And I thought to myself, well, what do I want to do? So I started employing what I call WAIT, WAIT, where I started whittling down what my preferences were, the things I was interested in. And as a result of that, realized, okay, well, here I am working at a Fortune 500 company, doing really well. Maybe I'll learn something new. So then I decided to sign up for night classes at Bentley College and started taking macro and microeconomics courses. I really liked it. And that kind of kept me and my brain and my motivation moving forward. So not only did I whittle down what it was that were my preferences, but I also had to access resources that were going to feed what it was that I wanted to go towards. And so at that point in time, I thought, well, let me just get good at business since I'm working in business. Studying micro and macroeconomics. And so I did that. And in the process of doing that, I kept thinking, well, I'd like to meet that special someone, but nothing was on the horizon. But even with that, and if my husband were here, he'd say, yeah, I like the fact that you actually saw where you were about something. You knew you were headed somewhere. And that was attractive to him. But not only did I access the resources to help feed what it was I was heading towards, but I was also very intentional about my time. Intentionality about your time is something that can really help zero you in on putting all your resources and efforts and energies into something that's going to end up being something that you actually want. And then in addition to the intentionality, the other part of wait was it actually involved telling myself about my worth in terms of investing time. So as I, was taking my classes, I kept saying to myself, this is an investment in me. I am investing in me. So in summary, for me, I just want to share with you what wait means is that I have to whittle down what my preferences are. I need to access the resources to actually feed what those preferences are. And then I need to have intentionality in my time and how I spend it, what you spend your time doing, what you spend your time not doing. And then I had to tell myself about my investment in me is worth the time. So I would encourage you, as you're waiting on whatever it is that you're waiting for, really whittle down what is it about that thing that you're waiting for that's really important to you, right? Access those resources, whether it's showing up here with me here daily so I can encourage you along, or gathering people around yourself to encourage you along in what you're pursuing. Access those resources and then make sure that you're intentional about your time, okay? So that when you set aside that time for yourself, you keep to that, okay, for yourself, okay? And then make sure you tell yourself that you are worth the investment, right? Definitely drop your comments in as to what it is you're waiting for. I'd love to encourage you along in your journey. And know that as you're waiting, whittling down your preferences, accessing resources to feed that preference, being intentional about your time, telling yourself you're worth the investment. As you're doing that, just know that you're going to reap a harvest when all is said and done. I really believe in you and know that that what you're endeavoring to do especially during this time where we're having to, readjust. Just know that you will reap a harvest when all is said and done. I'm Dr. Michelle Deering. Thanks for joining me here today